traders at Access Bank believe that the Treasury Bills market will witness improved activities this week as liquidity from payments by the Federation Account Allocation Committee trickles in. Nonso Ifejiofor, the Treasury Team Member at Access Bank, joins me now for this conversation. Thank you so much for your time today, Nonso, and let's get your take on what we're seeing play out here in the market. It's a 3-day week, but speak to the implications we're seeing and, for liquidity and other developments in the market.
Yes, thank you, Ken, for having me. I will just start from where we had closed at last week. At the start of last week, we had seen system liquidity in red region. System liquidity was at a debit of about 925 billion. However, the coupon payments for bonds, 104 billion, the FAAC allocation came in, and as at the end of the week, we closed at around 970 billion. For today, we have seen system liquidity up to around 851 billion. We've also seen inflows from this OMO maturity of yesterday, and so that leaves us with a liquidity of about 1.5 trillion. From what we had seen last week, just like you rightly mentioned, we hope to see a bullish trend continue this week. From last week, what we had seen was a bearish sentiment. If you recall, there was two back-to-back auctions. One was held 2 weeks ago, and another one was done last week. And this had caused a bit of bearish sentiment. However, with the liquidity that we've seen come into the system, as I earlier mentioned, we have about 1.5 trillion. This gives banks and other market players enough headroom to play in the market, and so we're expecting to see a more active trend for the remainder of the week.
All right, let's get to the Treasury Bills and the bonds market here. And for you, what's the key highlights to look out for this week?
Yes, just like I rightly mentioned, last week an auction was carried out, and we saw the stop rate at around sub 19.7 levels. We had seen yields trade around the 19.4 handle. However, we believe that these rates should come down this week as we see a bullish momentum spur off. We won't also be surprised if the Apex Bank comes into the market to float an OMO auction, looking at where the system liquidity is. If you factor in the 600 billion that came in yesterday and the 800 billion where market had opened today, we're at around 1.5 trillion levels. We also expect this to also filter into the bond market. For the bond market, we've seen more activities on the belly of the curve, even as we've also seen improved interest on the long edge, that's the 51s. We saw the long end close at around the 70% handle, and then the belly of the curves, that's the mid-dated papers, they close at around the 19.65 handle. Our expectation going into this week is that we might begin to see a reduction in rates, even as we see a bullish trend kick off.
All right, interesting times in the market, but thank you so much for your time, Nonso Ifejiofor, the Treasury Team Member at Access Bank, breaking down activities in the fixed income and FX markets here in Nigeria.